Alrighty then. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name is Michael. I'm the Devilsy Gamer, and welcome to Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Curse of the Crimson Throne. It is our conversion of the Pathfinder 1st Edition adventure featuring these wonderful and amazing people. It is honestly so good to be back here in the studio with all of these wonderful and amazing people. For those of you who were not in the loop, yes, that's right, Dag is now officially back from his trip to Europe. Lots of cool stuff happened. He saw things, he ate things, he hung out. No more ASMR, Dag. Yes, no, I can be as loud as I want to and as obnoxious as I want to because I am back in my studio where the only person I bother is my neighbor who's like right there. But you know what? Meh. He keeps staring at my windows anyway. But as for today's session, for those of you who have not experienced it before, we are playing a tabletop role-playing game, a storytelling adventure in which these lovely and incredible people take on the role of the protagonist of the adventure, while I, the intricate storyteller, unweave a tale of adventure and you know, fun. Now, before we kick off, we have a, no, we don't have any announcements. Do we have any announcements? Nah, we don't. We don't. I hope you're all doing well. That's my announcement. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Jeez. I feel like there should have been something, but there wasn't. Oh well. We have a nearly full table, which, of course, we are sending well wishes to our dear friend Mally, who is unable to join us. But I'm so happy to see everyone else's smiling faces because it has been far, far, far too long. So that's my announcement. There you go. Now, before we kick off, we have some people to thank, starting, of course, with our sponsors. We have a number of people who, thanks to their various efforts in and around the community, that allows us to look and play in a game that is as good as it looks. Starting, of course, with none other than Hero Forge for our lovely artworks you can see on stream here, including the art used by some of our players who are not on camera as well, which allows us to not only immerse ourselves in the adventure, but also appreciate these really cool and amazing pieces. Not only that, but you can also not use these images for your games online like I do, as well as tokens and all that, but you can also have these models 3D printed and shipped to you at home. Now, if you guys do want your 3D models in by Christmas, I highly recommend you get your orders in by mid-November at the latest. Absolute latest. So if you do want to get your Christmas deliveries all through and, you know, send a Hero Forge model to someone special, and hey, consider that one. Then, of course, we have none other than Sirenscape for the lovely sound effects you will hear over the course of the session. Now, our players will not be hearing it as of yet. Actually, you know what, players, let me try this again, because last night it was a bit fucky. It might still be fucky, but let's find out. Let me know if you guys can hear an echo when I do this. Can you guys hear an echo coming from me? Abso-freaking-lutely. Okay, there we go.
Yes.
So I don't know why Zoom has decided to echo my voice during my my audio sharing now, because that's a new feature, I guess. So I don't know how to fix it yet, but that's okay because it's the little boost that I need to go and explore Sirenscape's online soundscaping feature, which I have not played with, much to Sirenscape's frowniness. I've actually spoken with a few people from Sirenscape about it, and I'm just like, but I can share in Zoom. Why do I need to learn this other thing? And now I have to. So there, they finally win. But yeah, Sirenscape is for a huge array of sound sets that make the games sound and feel even more amazing every time I go into there. I find something new to play around with. This time, let's share a creature known as an Ildrevok that is going to greet some people. So let's hear this. Oh, Jesus.
Welcome to the Star Tower. A crumbling bastion between the rough beast and the prayers of its mad devotees. I am Ildrevok, a temporary custodian of sorts.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that. That's going on for a while. I was expecting just a hello, but that guy was super creepy and went on for a little while. But yes, sound sets like this, music, spells, and so much more are available at the touch of a button. So yeah, Sirenscape, highly recommend. Whew. Yes, and that one was also from one of the other Pathfinder adventures later on down the track, which I believe is the Strange Aeons adventure, if I remember correctly. So, there's that. Um, then, of course, we have, last but not least, our VTT of choice, Fantasy Grounds, which is going through some major updates, which are making it look more streamlined, more cool, more awesome. Honestly, I could not be happier with my VTT of choice. So, yeah, if you want to check it out, consider going and checking it out as well. So, yay. Now, without any further ado, let's whiz through and introduce our players and the characters that they're going to be embarking on this adventure with. Starting with Alexander, played by Marcus the Storyteller.
Hello. There we go. Yes. Hi, I'm Marcus. I'm playing Alexander, the Hell Knight wizard, part of the Order of the Gate of Hell Knights from Corvosa, um, trying to save his sister, who is Cressida Croft, captain of the guard. Um, Also currently under a curse that if we travel for too long, an undead chariot just starts speed lining towards me like a bullet.
Got it? Okay, I'm Laura Bones and I play Agnes, who is a psychic who's lived in Corvosa for, well, ever since her young daughter was born. And yeah, now she's on an adventure with these lot. Well, I say an adventure, she's just trying to save the city, really, so she can make a place safe for her daughter and get on a date with Fisherman Dan. Because those are the important things in life, folks. Who cares about saving the world? Dates. That's what's important. I'm done.
I am Raikon playing Dante the Kitsune Druid, also from Corvosa, but more of the Force. One of the few that are from the original party that were there. With this just lots of stuff going on.
Hi, buddy. No.
Lots of stuff going on, including having to deal with all the challenges that we're having to go through. That not doing very well with all this heat. Would be glad if he wasn't in this heat anymore.
Great, go.
Oh, hello. My name's Brittany. I am playing Thea, just a friendly neighborhood necromantic sorcerer. You know, here to just have a good time. You know, maybe catch a date myself, but yeah. We're here for shits and giggles. So sorry if you can hear my dog snoring. I'm about to kick her out because
You will
she's
not.
tiny,
We are a very pet positive stream, and if you take an animal away from us, I will cry.
Okay, I will not do that. I'll
PvP
pick her up and
enabled.
put her in
Okay.
Scream. I'll put her in screen so you guys can see her.
Yay!
Yes, that's me.
Amazing.
Alrighty, hello. I am Cass. I am playing Elizaro. She is a bird with a sword. She's a courier pigeon from Corvosa. Her horse got stolen, and now she's realizing that the world is a lot bigger and a lot scarier than she realized when she was just a dumb little bird. So now she's here. She's gonna do her best to help, gosh darn it. And that's basically it for her.
Amazing. And of course, Madam not appearing in this film is, of course, our dear friend Malakisa, who plays the role of Holly, an Asmodean cleric and a fairy who has escaped from her family arranged marriage, but her betrothed has basically destroyed her family back at home, and now she seeks revenge for those lost. So yeah. All right, and it is this incredible crew that is going to be heading into Scarwall in order to try and find a method of removing the crown of thorns from the despot queen known as Iliosa. But more on that in a minute. Before we kick off, we have one last person to thank, and that is our lovely and wonderful audience members. Guys, thank you for being here, for being a part of the show, and for coming and hanging out. There are a number of ways that you can interact with the stream as we are playing, just so that you guys are also part of the table as well. First of all, just by watching the show, you earn channel points that can be used at any point in time in order to be redeemed for a wide variety of really cool and fun things. Inspiration, insight bonuses, divine intervention, divine healing, wandering monsters and bosses, tarot readings, tons of cool things there for you guys to play around with. But for those of you who have the means to be able to support DAG and help pay bills and do stuff like that, we have a few different rewards here on offer as well. For $5, you can give a player of your choice one of these little red markers that are hero points that can be used to stave off death, petition the GM for nonsense that isn't in the rules, or roll with advantage. Alternatively, that $5 can go to a purple mark, which is one for me, known as a jinx point. They can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage, or add a minor complication to the scene. For $10, I will draw from one of two decks of cards that I have in front of me. The first deck is a deck of heroic actions. These actions are free actions that a player of your choice may get, drawn from this deck of cards. They also serve as hero points as well. Some of the actions are things like Channel Life Force. You can spend your focal points in order to end a condition that you happen to be under, or to heal a certain number of hit points. So, stuff like that are available for the players. Alternatively, you can use that $10 to make me draw 3 cards from the deck of plot twists, and I will add a story prompt, such as The Opportunity Lost, and I will take that story prompt and I will add it to the game mid-game. They often add a nice little zing of flavor to the modules that we run, and I love doing them because they're just a lot of fun. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20. The only person who is currently missing one is our dear friend Thea. Everyone else is fully loaded, which means I haven't been doing my job. I need to up the ante, make people use some of these points. Then, of course, for $50, we have, of course, the magic item offer, which you can provide a player of your choice a magic item that they can get. This can be a homebrew item you design, something you would like me to design, or something from their wish list as well. We do have a magic item currently in the redemption for Thea. It is a Ghost Caller's Planchet, which has been added to your character sheet and was part of the rewards that was gained by Agnes during their gambling early on. So Britt, you weren't here last week. You didn't actually receive that, but if you look in your character's item list, it should be listed there if you want to have a read of it. Then, of course, if you instead woke up on the wrong side of the bed and chose violence this morning, that $50 can be used to make an encounter more difficult, making it more deadly, upping the ante, increasing the stakes. A ton of stuff can happen here. Right now, the heroes aren't in any immediate danger, but that could change very, very quickly. Hi, Brown! Sorry, I haven't seen Bird in a while. Hi, Brown! Hope you're good. And then, of course, last but not least, we have our secret menu item. The secret menu item is a massive $100 secret menu item that provides our heroes with some pretty powerful boosts, as well as encounters and other things that happen here. Now, Scarwall, which is where our heroes are heading, is fraught and filled with all manner of ghosts, ghouls, goblins, and other things. We have 2 members of our group very adept at dealing with the undead. We have both Agnes and Thea. Provided the heroes choose to do so, the $100 secret menu item is going to provide our heroes with the following. While traveling through Scarwall, in fact, through everywhere, really, both Agnes and Thea will gain an ability called the Speaker of the Dead. This will allow them to use diplomacy, or intimidate, really, or deception, any of the charisma skills, will allow them to use any of these on the ghosts and haunts they encounter during the game. Even if a haunt or a ghost is hostile in nature, they will be able to be afforded a conversational piece before combat engages. And this is a passive ability both of them will require, or acquire, should I say, for the $100 secret menu item. So yeah. Does Alizara still have her big bird powers? Yes, Alizara can still transform into a huge secretary bird that will allow them to fly the group. Yes, that was last week's secret menu item, which has been acquired. We have Boss Buff, who has just tipped the $50. Thank you so much. That is an unfortunate thing, and you'll find out why in a little bit, because this could either be, it could turn a simple encounter into a challenging one, or it could turn something that actually wiped out my previous party that I ran through here into something that I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. Also, a bit of a heads up on the Boss Buff front. For those of you who are unaware, the book War of the Immortals has just come out with mythic rules. So the Boss Buff in the future will be changing to be a mythic buff potentially as well. So we'll see when that book comes out in Fantasy Grounds. We're going to be adding some stuff. For those of you who don't know what mythic is, think of it like putting jet fuel into characters. It's a whole thing, but you know, we'll talk about that later. So thank you for the $50 donation. We will definitely be using that to great effect. And thank you to Schoolie for the $25 donation, which has afforded 2 Jinx points and a hero point for Agnes. Much, much, much appreciated. All right. And we also have the second plot twist. So let me give this a good shuffle. There you go. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Okay. The first plot twist is buried secrets. So we're not using that one. The second is interesting. Okay. It is betrayal.
Dang it, Thea.
Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal.
Not me. I just got here.
It was me.
Exactly. That's the perfect thing.
Look, it could be anyone. We'll figure it out. All right. Okay. Without any further ado, I believe, unless I'm forgetting something, let me just check my pre-show donations here real quick.
I think you said that Thea gets like several legendary actions. Is
Oh
that a
yeah,
thing in
yeah.
Pathfinder?
It's absolutely not, but you know, I love the confidence. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. All
But
right.
I untrain that D&D.
That's true. That's true. Oh yeah, don't worry. This stuff will stick. Okay, so without any further ado, we find ourselves in the northern holds of Belkzen, a land fraught with war, turmoil, orcs and warlords battling across the Badlands for superiority, for dominance, for treasure, sometimes just for fun. This inhospitable land has been visited by our lovely heroes for one reason and one reason alone, so that they may approach the old and abandoned fortress of Scarwall in order to try and locate the last resting place of a great hero that slayed the demon dragon Kazavron. Hopefully, by finding out how they managed to do this, they'll be able to free their city of Corvosa from the clutches of the evil queen Iliosa and free her from the cursed crown of fangs, a terrifying and horrible artifact long ago forged from the pieces of the long-dead dragon, and whose spirit now corrupts not only the queen's mind, but poisons the city as well. After a very, very long journey, traveling across the Varisian frontier, through the Stovall Plateau, past the Cinderlands and the Shawanti tribes, our heroes wandered through the lands of Belkson, traveling via underwater rapid and encountering various subaquatic creatures. Our heroes managed to find a small town of brigands, smugglers, and ne'er-do-wells. After a rather quick round of gambling, our heroes managed to curry passage thanks to these mole rider bandits that escorted our heroes and dug them a passage back up to the surface, where we find our adventure continues. Now,
How is the weather here?
hot.
Got it.
Now, I would say the sun beats down on you directly, but the cloud cover kind of gives it that almost sickly feeling. You know how like it's hot and humid at the same time? Not like tropical, but like just you kind of get just a lot of humidity in the air. And there's a very good reason for this. Scarwall itself is surrounded by a massive lake. The whole landscape divots down into this wide open ravine type thing. And nestled in the middle of this lake is a small fortress with only one point of entry, a long bridge leading out to it. The mole riders allow you to disembark their giant moles, and as they look at you, they say, "Okay, well, we lived up to our bargain. We brought you as far as we could. Now, if I were you, free piece of advice. Whatever business you have in Scarwall, you leave it there and you leave it dead. No one's ever returned from Scarwall. Treasure hunters, adventurers, pathfinders alike, all fall victim to that dreaded place. There's a reason not even the orcs will touch it."
You're telling me Scarwall is full of dead?
Well, were it that simple and simply filled with the dead, no. Creatures far worse, creatures beyond death lie within those walls.
I think I might make some friends here, you guys.
With those words, the mole riders look at each other and realize their concern is probably not needed. They tip their hats to you, and the moles begin to walk backwards, pushing earth and dirt back into the holes that they happen to be in, as they fill those places and return to their business. Now, as for you guys, I'm going to say that you guys are nestled about here to the west. There are a number of things you guys can do in order to get there. As previously mentioned, Alizaro does have the ability to fly potentially across to the fortress themselves, or you could head to the south along the outskirts of the lake to what looks to be maybe a gatehouse or something that protects the bridge leading to Scarwall. The scene is yours to discuss how you'd like to proceed. But really quickly, before then, we had another donation for a heroic action for Alizaro. So, Alizaro, pick me a number between 1 to 3.
Let's do 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Reverse strike. After you fail an attack roll, you succeed.
Yeah.
That's the simple power. So, yep, free power.
That's pretty
That's
good.
a pretty good one. That's a solid one. And that is a big thank you to Marcus the Storyteller for your kind gift to your teammate.
Of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, where would you like to go?
Do we want to walk around? And you see Ro kind of like fluff her wings, fluff her feathers as she holds her wings out. I think I can do that big thing and fly over. That might save us some time because I don't like the way that water looks.
Yeah.
In what way?
She's a bird. She can't swim. Secretary birds can't swim.
That is fair. They can't swim.
I'm going to Google that.
I don't think they can swim.
Can secretary birds swim? Also, you're not a... Oh, actually, you are a secretary bird. Let's see. Can they swim? Secretary birds, last Friday. They can be seen in groups of pairs. Yes. Secretary birds fly.
Oh, boo.
They prefer to stay on the ground. Oh no, they're like cranes, so they can. They seem to prefer the shallows and striding. But there's no mention of. There's no mention of if they can swim or not.
To be fair, it's very difficult to swim with wings as it is.
I'd imagine if it's like a stork, it would be a case of they could float potentially, but they prefer to like wade or something.
Well, the offer stands. I can fly us over. Oh, thanks, Schoolie. Thanks for the fact checks. They wade, they don't swim.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So, are we walking,
that would
flying?
While flying over would be the easiest and quickest way. We don't fully know how well you can control that. For all we know, it could just pop you back into your usual self, and then we all fall in the water. And I'm not taking a swim again.
Is this coming from the person who just suddenly wakes up and then randomly has spells they've never tried before and goes, you know what'd be really cool is if I just suddenly recited this 5th level spell that I just suddenly magically happened upon while I was sleeping?
You know what? Fair enough.
But he does make a very valid point. We don't know how long they can really stay
yeah, but there
there
are some things we just don't fucking question, okay? Just putting that out there. There are some things we just don't question. Like, it's like...
You know what? What you said does make sense, though, because, like, where am I learning these spells to put in my book to begin with? They're just showing up in my book? That's scary.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, either way, whether we walk or whether we fly, if there's anything in there to see, it's going to see us regardless, to be fair, because there's just a big expanse of nothing between there and here. I don't think we're approaching this unseen, is what I'm trying to say, unless somebody is able to make us all invisible.
To also point out, the mole riders did say that the fort is the fort is unoccupied.
But they also said there's monsters.
Apart from monsters and ghouls and demons and...
It kind of makes it occupied in a way.
Yeah, but they're inside. Well, I mean, they might not be inside, but yeah, you're right.
There's windows. There's nothing to stop a ghost looking forlornly out of a window. That's what they
true.
do, isn't it?
Yeah. Dreaming of their fisherman Dan. All right, let's cast a vote. All in excuse me. All in favor of walking to the gate. All in favor of flying.
Well,
All in favor of coming up with another solution. All right, flying it is. Alizaro, you recall the feeling from before as you stretch out your wings. Your feathers begin to fluff and elongate, and eventually you become a living platform. As you stretch out your wings, they are quite expansive. And the rest of your party is able to easily grab onto the lengths of your wings before you are ready to take flight. After a very, very swift run up, your legs literally causing you to race across the ground, much like a kite. The wind lifts you up and you are aloft, headed towards the fortress. Now, Scarwall lies at the center of this lake, approximately 400 foot from the shore that you're on. As you traverse and begin to make your way over, you may make, actually everyone may make a perception check. Ooh, a 30 is pretty good. Okay. Okay.
Something I just noticed
I'm
is
sorry, what?
Alexander rolled initiative.
It's effectively the same thing. But yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it was just funny to see.
Alexander and Alizaro, the two of you notice that on the actual ramparts of the castle appear to be these haunched over gargoyles. At first, you don't think much of it, but then you look back at it, and they've gone from being crouched to being crouched but also looking in your direction. You realize that these gargoyles are not simple stone, but are likely the type of gargoyles that are alive. Now, at this point, you have a choice. You may try to approach Scarwall aloft and take a higher altitude, but this will gain the attention of these gargoyles. Alternatively, without knowing what exactly may lay in the waters below or nearby, you may attempt to approach at a low altitude, basically below where the rooftops of the Scarwall happen to be, where the gargoyles are watching.
I say keep going and everybody ready ranged spells. You're muted, Cass.
If I get shot down, we all go down. So are we sure that's the best idea? Or should we go lower?
We could potentially find something near the water that will reach up, grab you, and bring us down anyway. So I think staying high up and just dealing with the how many are there? 2 gargoyles?
There are 8 gargoyles.
Oh,
Oh! That changes a lot of things, actually.
let's try
Yeah,
and come
that-
in low if we can.
yeah, I changed my mind. Let's go low.
If we
All
can
right.
Keep an eye
fulfill
out in
and
the
take. Can
water.
we have taken like a long rest between last session and this one? Since we traveled and because we haven't rested since we entered the sewers.
You know what? Sure. I'll say that I'll say that you could have long rested in that small, like, smuggler town before you headed out. I'll give you guys that.
Hey.
All right.
I'm sorry, Dag. Just looking at one
Mm-hmm.
of my spells.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure. I'm just checking that I can cast it preemptively, or if it's like more of like a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to cast Shield Other on Ro.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically means the target takes half damage from all effects that deal hit point damage, and I take the remainder of the damage.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast that now, or is that like a reaction?
Nope, it's a 2-action spell. You can cast it now and it'll last 10 minutes.
Awesome. I'm gonna do that if that's okay.
Perfectly fine. Thea, as you cast your spell, the magics inscribe themselves in the form of a tattoo that now appears on one of Alizaro's wings, as well as your arm corresponding in the same location. Alizaro, whenever you take damage, half of your damage will be given to Thea. All right. As you begin to get closer, heading low, you dip below the line of the rooftops. No longer can you see the gargoyles that sit upon the roof. As you fly low, keeping quiet as you make your way, you do see something else unusual up ahead. There seems to be a woman up ahead. A long-haired, beautiful, ghostly elven woman glides through the air. Her long hair knotted, hiding what looks to be a mask of rage. All right, what do you guys do? This is a ghostly creature, after all.
I feel like Agnes would turn to Ronald and just be like, why don't you go see if you can chat her up or something? It's totally not what he can do.
Did you really just tell the Ghost Ranger to go riz up the ghost? Hey, look, Ronald, we found you a woman. Why don't you go talk to her?
All right. Ronald.
Joke, by the way.
Ronald does yeah. Ronald is probably not going to be able to help too much, but yes, you can. Let's see. What do you have?
Also, I just have my diplomacy skills, but anyways, besides the point.
Sure.
So, what kind of ghost does this appear to be? Is there a way I can determine?
Sure. Make a religion check.
Oh, religion.
May I make one too?
Anyone who wishes to may do so indeed.
32.
32. Your target number is 27.
Oh, god damn it. I'm rolling shit today.
Well, that's okay. With the assistance from Agnes, you can definitely figure out what it is. This creature is a banshee.
Oh, shit.
Banshees are furious and tormented souls of those bound to this world by betrayal. Da-na-na-na. Those who are slain by trusted friends and or allies, whose loved ones betrayed them on their deathbeds. Others spawn from those whose treacherous deeds shortly before their death left a stain upon their souls. Regardless of their origin, banshees despise the living. This hatred of all life is often is all too often a horrific inversion of their own personal life. Some speculate that more kind-hearted the person was in life, the more crueler they are as a banshee. They rarely stray far from the place that they perished, and typically haunt thick forests and canopies and swamps where little light graces the ground. Many banshees are also elves, who can be found in the elven nation of Keonan, specifically in Tanglebriar, a sinister domain where the demon Tree Razor murdered a bunch of elves. Similarly, a large number of banshees are found lurking in the northern wastes of Avestan, created from cruel and widespread betrayal that is centuries old. No one got much higher than that, so that is what you guys know about these creatures. And this one seems to just be floating in the above the, well, kind of just above the water nearby.
Is there perhaps a way?
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Hi, is
We'll
there
find
a way
out
we can
soon.
circle around? Maybe so she doesn't see us.
All right. Make a stealth check, Alizaro.
Oh boy. Okay, I'm great at that.
Okay. Not surprisingly, the large bird flying through the air does not manage to elude the watchful gaze of the banshee. As she sees you, she begins to fly in your direction. And we are going to go into initiative.
Shit.
Oh, goody.
Fuck. I had an idea. I
Yay.
was too late.
Okay. Now, currently she is, 200 foot away from you, but she will use her 3 actions to move 180 foot, charging in your direction. So she's gone from being 200 foot away from you to being 20 foot away from you.
Fun.
As she lets loose a terrifying cry. She is not casting a spell or doing anything yet, but she is definitely heading in your direction with malcontent in her eye.
Yeah.
Alizaro, you're up next.
All right. Is there a map? If there is, I am not seeing it.
Sure, if you would like a map. We're not really using the map, we're just kind of like flying by the seat of our pants here.
Yeah, that's fine. I like having the visual so I can see what I am doing.
Sure.
Oh, let me enlarge it a little bit. Okay. And she is within 20 feet of me, yes?
Yes. You guys are roughly there.
Okay. So, do any of Azro, if y'all have anything, get it ready, and she's gonna just do a move action. There's nothing she can do attack wise. She's gonna try to just move away from it to give
talons.
anybody. It's a ghost! Rose pretty dumb, man. She ain't that dumb. She topside. If y'all have anything, get it ready, and she's just gonna run or fly. Just full movement, nothing but movement, no attack, no nothing. She's just trying to move to get away from the Banshee.
So you're just heading back the way you came?
Can we go south?
Yeah, sure, you can head south. You should be able to move your token if you would like.
Okay. I am learning how to use the map. Okay. I can't quite. I don't even know what my move speed is. I'm ballparking it. Feel free to correct. She's basically
your fly speed is equal to your land speed.
Okay, so that is not very high. Okay. So she's just gonna go south. Where is my land speed on my sheet? That's not great. Okay.
Your land speed should be about 25 foot, if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't list it. Weird.
Yeah, I was thinking 25 or 30. I was thinking 25 or 30.
It should be 25. 25 is is normal.
Okay, so we're just.
Yep.
I'm.
Everybody's
because
base is
my
25
token.
unless you're small.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for the tip. Okay, so I am. Can the map please cooperate? Rather, correction. Can my laptop cooperate? So
just tell me
because
just,
my token.
again, don't worry about the map.
Just
tell
south.
Me. It's directly south.
Just do south. Yeah, as far as I can go, due south.
Cool.
And that'll be it for me. Just all movement, nothing else.
All right. Cool. You move about 75 foot south.
So a flying animal has a land speed of 20 feet.
That's not what we're looking at, because we're looking specifically at a different type of bird.
Well, it depends on what type of bird it falls under.
Also, Thea, you don't need to roll initiative. Initiative already got rolled.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Do you remember what your initiative was before?
Nope.
Cool. Well, that's your new initiative, and I hope it was higher, I guess, but probably wasn't. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah. Try not to roll initiatives after initiative's been rolled.
No, that was my bad.
That's fine. That happens. Dante, you're up next.
Need to make sure they're in range or not. I cannot read. Does that say 90?
They are 95 foot away.
Okay, then let's see. They are within range of Holy Light at 5th level.
All right.
And I need to make a range spell attack against them.
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely like to use a hero point for that.
Not a problem. Take your hero point.
How? You know what? I'm just gonna use that 20 I have.
Okay, what does the nat 20 give you?
The target takes double damage.
Nope. Try again. If you rolled a 20, what does it get you for your attack?
Oh, if I rolled a 20, okay. Plus 19, so 39.
39. All right, that is a critical hit.
So they take double damage. Do they have? If they have the unholy trait, they also take an extra 5d6 spirit damage.
Let's see. They do have the unholy trait.
Okay, because I have to actually do that 2 different things. So it's not just one ability to block on them. So that's
Sure.
why I had to ask.
All right, very nice. All right, that is 16 points of damage as it manages to partially resist some of your damage. And the extra damage?
I actually did both of them at the same time.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. All right. That is that. You have one more action. Anything else? Oh, and you got the crit card too. So pick a number between 1 to 5.
Go with 3.
3. Nope, let's not deal with that because that's just splash damage. Ah, here we go. Intense strike. Ignore resistances.
Ah, so it takes full 28 damage.
It does indeed. Done and done.
That will be my turn because there's not much else for me to do.
Okay, Agnes, you're up next. As Alizara's swooping to the south, trying their hardest to avoid this creature, what do you do?
We will hang on for dear life.
Oh, actually, there's a reaction here. And the trigger here is if a foe critically hits the Banshee.
Oh god.
Of course there is.
It has Vengeful Spite, which it is going to use on Dante real quick. Dante makes a will save. Critically fails as a shrieking sound does 64 points of damage.
As my last action then, since that was a reaction, I would like to use combat medic or battle medicine on myself.
Sure, not a problem.
I will do that. Where is it?
I was just about to think, great, now I have something to do. I can heal Dante.
DC 20 on myself.
I mean, honestly, they might need to. DC 20?
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey! Nice.
Definitely a crit.
All right. So yeah, so this piercing noise, this high-pitched whine, only you can hear it, Dante, and your eyes start to sort of become bloodshot, and your ears start to bleed. You quickly heal yourself with battle medicine. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. You're not healing yourself with battle medicine. For one simple reason. You attempt to. However, this is all mental damage. If you can explain to me how a first aid kit's going to help you, I will adhere. I'd acquiesce to this.
You know, I
hugs a
will
teddy
take
bear.
that. You're not wrong on that. I will take that, and I will use a one action heal on myself. How about that?
Perfect. I love that. So you may do that instead of your treat wounds.
Yeah.
It's an
Can
aspirin.
you take the
Just pops
27
an
back
aspirin.
off of me, please?
Pardon?
Can you take the?
I did the damage again. So yeah, you can just do the regular healing. Yeah.
We're gonna do this at 4th level.
Okay, 30 points of healing. So a little bit more. So there you go.
More healing.
Okay, done and done. You've cast your spell. That is done. Agnes, you're up next.
Okay, so Agnes, seeing this, she's gonna heal Dante as well, because obviously she is aware of what Banshee's capabilities are, and this will also, after I've healed you. Oh no, okay, hang on a second. Where's Dante? There he is. Whoosh! It's a little soothing wash floats across your mind.
Woohoo!
You also get this. Oh, there we go. 10 turns, you get +2 to mental effects. Same as on mental effects. Which might be handy.
All right. Beautiful. Done. Okay, Dante, you are looking pretty good, actually. as Thea uses soothing words to kind of calm you and your current agitated state. Thea, do you have any more actions? Sorry, Agnes, do you have any more actions?
One, but really I'm hanging on to a bird, so
Sure.
hang on tighter to bird.
Very well. Thea, you're up next.
Okay. Thea's magic is kind of fucking useless here. Sorry. Shit. How far away is this banshee from us?
About 90 foot away.
Okay. So not close enough to have a little chat.
I mean, you could yell at him.
I want to try something stupid.
I'm listening.
Because my spells are all like to either bolster the undead or to rip life from the living. I want to try and yell out to this banshee. I don't even know if it's going to understand me, but say, what am I going to say? I bring vengeance on behalf of the dead who hurt you. Let me be your avenger.
All right, I will allow a diplomacy check on this. However, there is a penalty because obviously she's already been blasted with holy energy. So, all right, make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
Ooh, with a 14, that isn't going to give much. You do have hero points if you want to use them.
Yeah. Does that mean I get to roll again?
It means you do get to roll again.
Okay, I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay. Go for the roll.
Oh, come on.
Not bad. You're close, but with the penalty, that's not going to do it.
Shit.
Unfortunate. But that was only a single action. So you still have 2 actions remaining.
Well, I want to I want to try and prove that I am. Oh, fuck. What do I want to do? I don't want to harm it. I want to. Show that I am. Okay.
Tell me
If
your
I
goal and
were
I'll
to-
and I can help you.
I want to show that I have magic. Like, I basically want to show myself as being the same, or make it think that we are the same. Like, I'm not a banshee, but I am of the darker magic. Or I want to get its trust. I want to be able to convince it.
Okay.
That-
So, keeping in mind, this is a creature who is built on the fact that it was betrayed. Building trust with it, as
It's
a
not gonna happen.
necromancer, you would know straight away. Trying to build trust with a banshee would be the equivalent of like trying to not have a combustion skeleton on fire. It is its nature to be
It's not gonna-
untrusting and to have like sought out vengeance for it. If it was trusting, it wouldn't be a banshee.
Be a banshee. Cool. All right. Scratch that. In that case, I'm going to say, because I'll be like, I tried. And instead, I'm going to cast Grim Tendrils at it.
Okay. Very well.
tried that.
You could. However, Tendrils is only a 30-foot line.
Fuck me. Okay.
Let's see. If I could make a suggestion, however,
Please do.
if you are traveling on Alizaro, it still requires line of sight. What you could potentially do here is, let me just check your Shield Other. Okay, so Shield Other is a 10-minute cast, so it's just there for 10 minutes. But if you wanted to, you could use the Sanguine Mist. And what you could do here is you can concentrate on creating a mist of negative energy that would obstruct the creature from a line of sight to Alizaro. If it can see the group, it can target the group. But if you create like this necrotic mist in front of it, it won't be able to see you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna do that then.
Okay, so with your 2 remaining actions, you create a 10-foot mist just kind of in the way, which obstructs the creature's view of you. All right, coolios. Now, just to by the by, undead heal, living are injured inside of that mist. So don't fly through it. All right. Something Thea might want to tell the group.
Yeah, don't fly through that. That'll hurt.
As we then go to Alexander.
How far away is she again?
90 foot. You can no longer see her. She is obstructed by the mist.
Well, shit, then I can't do anything.
You could roleplay.
I think that was the point.
Sorry, guys. Can't see her, can't do nothing.
That's it? That's all your character that's all Alexander says?
I mean, I as the player don't know what to say, so he wouldn't really know what to say, other than letting them know, like, hey, I can't see her, so I'm kind of
Quick, while we're undercover, take us to the bridge, or maybe try to get higher, or what should we do next, or I'm going to create a diversion, or a million different other things that could potentially happen. Place yourself in the moment here. You're on a giant bird flying at speed southward.
No, actually, you just gave me an idea.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the giant 10-foot circle again there? What is that supposed to be?
A giant bright red mist.
Did Thea cast Sanguine Mist?
Yes.
Okay, well then you know what? I was just thinking about casting that. So I'll take a note from Thea and cast it next to hers to add like another giant wall of blood red mist.
Sure. All right. A second. Very well. A second mist now rolls in with the same kind of blood red tinge to it as well.
Can I
Fly
give
faster.
Alexander like a bit of a smile and a nod of acknowledgement for that? Like.
Hmm? You may indeed. The Banshee's unsure of what to make of this, and as soon as she enters it, she starts to heal. Healing 22 hit points. She lingers in the mist for a little bit, watching herself sort of suddenly become empowered. She doesn't leave. She just sort of sits there. And that is all. Alizaro, you're up next.
Marcus, do you have something before I go?
No, sorry, that was coworker.
Okay. Would Ro be able to tell that the banshee is healing in the mist, or that she's like hanging out in there?
She's hanging out in there. She went in. No, actually, you
Okay.
couldn't even tell. You can't really see her.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, in that case,
Mm-hmm.
how many feet am I from land?
From
Not
land,
necessarily the road, just
50,
land.
50 foot.
I would have to use 2 movement. What do y'all think about an emergency landing? I don't trust being in the air with that thing.
I think the mist has not necessarily calmed her, but distracted her enough, so we should be fine. I mean, with her just sitting in it, and
If
it's
you're gonna
not.
land, might as well try for the bridge. And I don't think land makes much difference to her. But it's up to you. You're the one flying.
Oh. All right. I would like to move, and okay. The map is, my computer is not processing the map correctly, Dag. So if you don't mind moving the token for me, that would be greatly helpful,
Not a
because
problem.
my computer is just not.
Not a problem. Where are you? Where are you heading?
I would like to, maintaining altitude.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to head my full 75 feet towards the bridge.
Okay.
But maintaining the same height. I'm not gonna drop altitude till we're closer. And that's all she's gonna do.
Okay, not a problem. Now, presuming, does anyone have anything else to do? Because the creature is going to stay there for another round. And we'll just keep moving if no one's got anything they want to do specifically.
Nope.
Agnes?
No, not right now.
Nope.
No,
Okay.
If she starts chasing us again, Agnes will cast haste on Alizaro, but not until.
I mean, you can cast
like, I
haste
think she's
now. I
gonna
mean, that's
cast
it.
up.
Casting haste now
Yeah,
wouldn't hurt.
but no, I don't want to have limited spell slots really, so.
That's true,
if
but
she's just chilling
75
there
foot.
for now.
Yeah, but 75 foot will get her there.
Actually,
Whereas
so
whereas
you
haste
don't
will
use-
get you to the bridge in this turn.
since you don't have to, since this is just gonna be a one-turn thing anyways for me, I will wait. Oh, never mind. Wait, yep, there it is. I'll use Lost Time Arrow.
I don't know what that does. You need to finish that thought.
It up to 6 creatures, they get affected by quickened, so they
Oh,
can
nice.
actually step or stride, and it lasts until the end of my next turn.
So that'll let you travel 100 foot. Okay, yeah, that'll suffice as well. Okay. So, with the creature distracted, Alizaro races and heads towards the bridge. Eventually, the creature reemerges, but by this time, she's lost sight of our group as they land on the bridge in question. As you shrink down, the Banshee wails in the middle of the lake, pained and in agony, but cannot find you. You remain quiet for as long as you can, and after a period of time, the Banshee returns to her wandering. And you begin to head northward towards Scarwall. Well done. You have evaded the Banshee.
Ooh.
Oh, well, that wasn't terrifying at all. That was a
Yeah.
bit flying there, Ro. So quick thinking with that scary looking red shit.
Whatever it is.
I think I prefer to keep my dealings with devils I didn't like that at all.
Bad for her.
Aye,
Personally.
me too, dearie. It's not pleasant when those just can't move on.
No, do you know the legend too is that the more angry they are in their death is usually the kinder that they were when they were alive?
Aye, that sounds about right for this world.
Well, no sense in dwelling on it. Let's continue forth.
All right. You head forward and come to what looks to be portcullis at the end of the high bridge. The black water that lies underneath the barbaric gate forebodes the large castle known as Scarwall. The bridge itself is ornate and in excellent condition, with only a few tenacious patches of moss and lichen that cling here and there to it. High arcing columns reach from the waters below and support the broad span, each marked by a pair of sinister gargoyles which stare over the dark lake. These gargoyles, however, are not moving. The larger pair of gargoyles that flank the great archway seem to basically encompass where you are currently headed. And in a moment, you see just what lies beyond the gate.
Speaking of music, we don't hear the music.
I know, because remember we have that echo problem.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
What? I didn't cast anything. Why is it saying that I did?
Likely because you pushed a button.
I grabbed the map to move it.
All right. Now,
Computer's being stupid.
even though I am here, even though you guys are here, I just want you guys to know that you guys are about at the midpoint of the bridge when the portcullis suddenly rises. As it does so, you hear the sounds of footsteps, hoofsteps, and the like. A horn blows as skeletons begin to pour out from the portcullis. As they make their way charging downwards, they let loose a terrifying roar. One, a red-armored individual, seems to be riding atop a blazing horse. A nightmare. As he
That was
rises,
really cool.
he says, "Interlopers, cut them down. For the name of the great Kazavron, rend their souls from their flesh." All right, and we're back into initiative.
Oh dear God. Is this where
Um,
your
Am I
party
right in
died?
thinking that Thea's undead?
Sorry?
Is Thea undead?
Is Thea undead? Thea is not undead.
Okay.
She's just got that complexion.
Oh, goody. We don't have the
Yeah, I know. It's just I've got
Other
certain
characters
spells
with
that I don't
version.
want to risk hitting Thea if she's undead. That's all. So
No.
like,
No.
I just.
I'm
Okay.
human.
No, but Thea, you were up first.
Okay. I'm gonna do my dipshit thing again and say, Kazabron sent me.
Ooh.
Stand down.
Okay. Make a deception check.
Okay. Sorry. Deception is here. $31.
Okay, let's see how this guy goes. Now, he is going to get a bonus because this does or could potentially sound like bullshit. But with a 3 on his roll, he fails. Okay. Let's see where this goes.
Okay.
As you say this, he raises his hand and says, "Hold!" The skeletons cease their movements. He will tell them to surround you, however. Do you allow the skeletons to pass?
No.
Oh, you're not going to let them get behind you?
Can I...
If you do not, they will engage in battle.
Fuck. Okay. I was gonna summon my big boy, but that's probably looks a
And
bit aggressive at this point,
It's
doesn't it?
it's also a little much for a single round.
Yeah.
We're kind of stepping
Okay.
out of initiative at the moment. So what basically happens is these guys will come up onto the bridge, and they will effectively surround you thusly. So this is just further up on the bridge, but they have now surrounded you. The big boss, I think, will step forward, riding atop his...
Sorry, Ronald's got massive, and I'm not sorry. I was just dragging things, and he'll do.
There you go. Okay. So, at this point... Jeez, I didn't even know where this conversation would go. Let's try. Let me
I'm
just...
so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. This is just like kind of like a big, like kind of like opening murder thing. But let's find out where this goes. So, the red armored knight. You know what? Let's put in a bit more effort here. Let me know if you can't understand me as well. That'll be a whole thing. So.
Thou claims to serve Kazavron. Why would thou speak the name of our master?
That's not good. It almost sounds like you're cutting in and out, like internet-wise.
Okay, very well.
Yeah, I need to really reevaluate Zoom. It seems to be a lot of fuckery going around here. So reiterating. Thou speaks the name Kazavron. 'Tis been eons since last our master's names passed the lips of the living. Choose your words carefully, wench, lest they be your last.
I come on business of Kazabron. I have no quarrels with you. But, as you said, it's been eons since the living have uttered his name. Do you wish to be the first to go up against him when you stood in the way of his chosen? Stand aside.
Make an intimidation check.
I'm sweating.
It's not bad. It's a high risk, high reward play.
It really is.
Can I use a
Ooh.
hero point?
You may.
Oh, 29.
Still better
Alright.
than the first roll.
So let's see how he goes. With a 28, he just fails. He looks at you, his flaming horse kind of hoof stamping on the ground, creating these plumes of smoke. He says, "Nay." Not the horse, the guy. He says,
God damn it.
Fuck, Jack.
Yes.
He's- he
We
says,
take D4 psychic.
yeah, that's it, pun damage. "Nay, I will not stand in thy way, if truly Kazavron's purpose you serve. But lest thee be warned, whatever purpose thou hast within the walls of Scar, tread carefully. Chosen or not, this place belongs to the Master and not thee. Forget thy manners, or fail to speak in Kazavron's name with due respect. And I wouldst enjoy peeling the flesh from thy bones and adding to mine own numbers." He will instruct the other skeletons to part ways as they open the gate and allow you passage.
Very good thinking, Thea.
We're gonna walk through and keep a stone cold face. And once they are like way out of sight, I'm gonna go. There's gonna be a little like shudder of. Oh my god!
Yeah.
All right. You continue upon the bridge. You may move your
Hey,
characters.
Agnes will walk up when she sees a little shudder and she'll put a hand on your shoulder and she'll go, "I once shouted at a vampire lord, and it made me feel the same way."
You did what now?
I would love to hear that story.
Well, another time.
And Thea's just gonna smile to herself a little bit and be like, "Lenore, I'm making friends." In her head.
Oh.
You guys may move your characters into the thing. And just dum your way in. Okay. As you pass by the large entrance gates, you find yourself in a corridor with arrow slits to the east and western walls. More of these skeletons lie beyond, but they do not seem to take aim at you. However, you do take note of them through these slits in the walls.
Hey, Michael, I think Agnes and I glitched into each other. Could you move? Thank you.
Now, as you make your way further up, the portcullis closes behind you. And the next set of portcullises open, revealing the door to the next chamber. A long corridor seems to lead downwards to another chamber. It is a large, stomach-churningly huge space. However, it is littered with corpses. Bodies of orcs, humans, elves alike, lie sprawled and mutilated in this massive area. That's over here, by the way. Many of the corpses are riddled with arrows and crossbow bolts. Some appear to have perished, clinging to their weapons in a death grip. Others with weapons embedded into various parts of their anatomy. Strangely, while the room reeks of death, the bloodstains on the walls and floors here seem ancient and old. There are several pieces of armor attached to the humans here. Those of you who have encountered the skeleton Mercutio, which I think is just Agnes, Dante, and Holly, recognize some of the armor and some of the symbols on it. It is the army of Mandravis, and the same armor worn by Mercutio. However, these bodies are not skeletonized. They are quite fresh.
Fresh.
The hell are fresh corpses doing here?
Thea, you can answer this one with a religion or an arcana check.
In the meantime,
Not
Agnes
really.
like fresh corpses of people that I'm sure should be long dead.
Religion.
Dante, this would look familiar to you. Do you remember our skeletal friend, poor Mercutio?
Yeah.
I'm sure
Hopefully
he
we
said
can
his
end up-
order. Well, they died a long time ago, didn't they?
I believe that's what they said.
I'm going to I'm gonna roll this back a little bit and give both Laura and Rykon a little bit of role play 101. A cool thing to do, especially when multiple people at your table may not necessarily have experienced the same thing as people. And I know we experience this sometimes when tables change or when you have new people joining in. It's very easy when something gets brought up to sort of use the knowledge that your character has to have conversation. However, a good narrative tool is to then become the exposition for the new players, to go, hey, doesn't this look like that thing that we came across? Yeah, it does look like that thing. Wow, really, instead of leading into that, because yes, we see the thing,
This
and
was
that
just
was
an aside as Thea was doing her thing.
of-
That was all, like in the background.
Oh, no, of course. But what we could do here is the exposition. Who was Mercutio? What did Mercutio mean? And would Agnes tell Alexander, Alizaro, and Thea about these things? Or Dante, either or. It's also good just because, in general, it brings people into that scene as a thing. Not a criticism, just just something that I know I see a lot of tables and a lot of people do when you refer to things before certain characters were in the adventure, So,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was just trying to create an opening to discuss it. That was
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah.
Never
Yeah.
mind. Anyway, Thea, roll. Right. Ooh, nice. Not 20.
Nat 20 with a 33.
Oh, we'll come to that. Agnes and Dante, do you want to mention anything about the armor to the other teammates?
Yeah. If they're listening in, then yeah, Agnes will just be like, a friend of ours, it was now in a lamp or a teapot. Anyway, that's not the point. He wore this armor, but it was of an order of knights that, well, died a long time ago. They were paladins, and these corpses look way too fresh. Way fresher than Mercutio looked, let's put it that way.
So you had an undead companion that was wearing
Yes.
this armor?
Yes.
Strange.
Thea, you immediately know what's up. Somebody has cast upon this castle the Gentle Repose spell. which preserves corpses in whatever state they happen to be in indefinitely.
Ah. It's gentle repose. There's a spell that someone's cast on this entire castle, it would seem, that stops the corpses from decaying any further. It keeps them indefinitely in the state that they were in.
Why on earth would somebody do that?
You know
Perhaps
exactly
to
why,
send a
Thea.
message.
I'll give you a hint. It has something very strongly to do with your occupation.
I was gonna say it keeps, what's an army? It's an army of undead. I mean, used for heroic reasons, I suppose you could keep a body in a good state until you could revivify them.
Also true.
But, not what I think is happening here. It's able bodies, necromancers. This is an army.
I didn't really think the state of the body made that much difference to a necromancer, judging by that wall of skeletons out there.
Well, I mean, harder to punch through a body of flesh than a
I
skeleton.
suppose. Right, so
As you mention this, you do gain an insight bonus.
uh-oh.
These corpses are not just corpses. Presuming you guys haven't gone too close to them, when you do start to make proximity, the entire amalgam of corpses begin to shift and move. It is a creature known as a corpse orgy, a swarm of dead bodies.
No, not again.
But they are
Oh, why
currently
did you
not
have to
under
do
the
that to my
instruction.
brain? Why did you have to do that to my brain?
I mean, look, the word itself can mean a bunch of different things.
It can, but now my brain needs bleach.
Sure.
Thea smirk, a wry smile. And
Yep.
I'm not going to touch any of the bodies, but I'm going to look at one and go, who's your puppeteer, little puppet? Do you have a master?
You touch it. Okay.
Oh no.
I didn't touch it. I looked at it.
Oh, you just look at it. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'm just kind of like hands behind my back and I'm leaning down, looking at it and going, do you have a master? Do you need a mummy?
So this thing starts a cacophony of painful, shrill shrieks. It's a good thing you didn't touch it because their ability is basically the like kind of absorbing of people's bodies into their mass to kill them.
Yeah, no, I'm not touching it.
Good. I'd say you know better. Don't touch it. This ooze-like abomination. I mean, I can't. You can't really tell how it's responding. I wish I could give you more, but I just can't. Imagine if corpses were made into an ooze. They were shrieking in pain, and they were just like kind of existing to do nothing but subsume corpses into its mass. That's kind of what you're looking at. But the pathway does continue on northward to another set of double doors.
We don't have the time, but I would love to spend some time with these gorgeous boys. Be sure not to touch them, anyone. You'll get consumed.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Oh,
No.
yes, exactly, because I often go around touching wee baggies of corpses. Oh, dear Lord. Agnes just staring, blinking at here as well. It's like she's thinking to herself, never before has she flip-flopped on a person so much from respect to what the fuck to respect to what the fuck.
Fair.
That's fair.
Necromancers do have that.
I feel the same
It's
way
like-
about Thea, if that makes you feel any better. I'm the player, I'm like,
Yes,
oh,
she was
she's fun.
totally
Oh, what a
badass
fucking...
at the gate. Totally badass at the gate, and now she wants to make a pet of a bag of corpses. It's
Oh,
like,
she's a psycho.
don't know where to go with this.
As you make your way to the northern doors, they appear to be barred from the other side.
Ooh.
Could I use kinetic ram to blast open the door?
Sure. With kinetic ram, there is a sudden splintering of wood as the barred doors themselves smash open. As they do, a wide variety of things that were piled up and used as a barricade now lie scattered in this room. Tattered bits of ruined tapestry line the walls of the hallway you now find yourselves in, with wispy filaments of rotting cloth hanging limp from the long-forgotten walls. Ancient bones from scattered skeletons lie on the floor, with bits of broken weaponry and armor lying about with them. Only one skeleton seems to remain whole, slumped against a northeast corridor, clad in dust-caked full-plate armor. What do you do?
So whereabouts is the skeleton? Sorry, skeleton slumped.
It is slumped kind of here, just next to that double door there.
And this one does appear skeleton-like. This isn't like a fresh body.
Yes, correct.
Is it wearing any armor, or was it just tattered cloths?
Full plates.
Oh.
Everyone can make a perception check as you begin to approach.
The dice are just not being fair to me today.
Say,
Was it what, a 30 and a 31?
I'm changing my dice.
Sorry, 31? Okay, cool. Anyone who got over 25?
Okay, 20 as well.
Just bear with me for 2 seconds.
Thank goodness for a plus 19.
Right? I hate that when you've got a big plus and then you roll terrible on the dice. It just feels wrong somehow.
Sorry, I just need to pull this up here. There we go. Oh, I need to get rid of these things real quick. Get rid of that. Thank you. All right. All right. You start to hear the sounds of clashing weapons, metal upon metal slamming against each other, and the sound of battle basically moving across this room, almost as if it were chasing you. A vortex of madness begins to swirl around. You hear the calls of knights yelling for cover, yelling to hold back the forces that currently envelop this area. Then the screams of the dead, people being slain and cut down. Anything else you want to do too in response to this?
I guess it's kind of just got her head tilted to one side as she's listening to the wash of sound.
That's it.
And then she's gonna
Coming.
move closer to the skeleton. Slowly. Does it seem to be like coming from the skeleton, or is it just washing like everywhere? Is it just all around?
It seems to be all around you. As you get closer, smoke begins to billow from the armor.
Oh.
And as it does so, it begins to rise.
Dang, but
Oh,
Okay.
we've got a live one. Well, a live dead one. Whatever. It's standing up.
All right. The creature arises. And what it said in very, very awkward words that I just played, which I am now going to just didn't hear at all.
yeah, I was about to
But you're just
say.
being quiet.
It says, "You should not have come here. This shall be your fall, just as it was my own. Servants of Kazavron, prepare to meet your end." As the creature moves to combat.
Right.
Speaking of, where is Thea?
I don't like it in here.
Where's Thea? Thea's right there.
So
I only
it's
ask because I don't see them in the room.
Oh, well, if they haven't moved in the room, they're not there.
That's my bad, sorry. Hang on, let me fix. I'm still. That's not me. How do I do my thing? Hang on, what am I doing? Da 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 da. That way. No! Wrong lever! Oh, I got it. Oh, that's how you do it. Okay, I'm here!
All right. So, we're going to roll into initiative as the creature pulls forth. Now, does anyone want to hazard to guess as to who/what this is?
Vengeance Ghost?
I know because it popped up on the Zoom screen for like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Well, this guy
Mandrakes.
is wanting to kill servants of Casafron. So this dude's originally a good dude.
Yep. This is Mandravis, the leader of
Right.
that Knight Order. And as he draws his sword, he is prepared for battle. He will go first, targeting the nearest individual to him, which I believe at present is Dante.
Bye.
Oh.
He steps forward. I'm going to say that he hasn't reached his sword yet, but is going to try to get there. So he's going to start by kicking by kicking Dante out of the way. With a 35 to hit, Dante, I need you to make me, after you take 24 points of damage, what is your fort plus 10?
My fort plus 10. So my fortitude save plus 10?
Oh, sorry, it should be more than that. It is... Oh yeah, no, that's crazy high. Okay, yep, that's good. That should be what it is. All right. I presume a 44 is enough to kick you.
Yeah, that definitely does.
All right. He continues to move downwards and head towards his sword at the back of the room. But that is all he does. So he's moved, he has kicked Dante, and then kept going. That is all. Dante, you're up next.
Ew. I'm going to, I'm guessing, stand up, since I was probably kicked down.
You're not prone, you just got kicked backwards.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I'm just summon a level 3 protector tree right in behind Alexander.
Okay, how big is your tree?
It is medium.
Okay, let's get you a tree.
And it has 30 health.
Okay. Tree. There we go. Tree.
Yeah. And then I'm going to,
Mm-hmm.
start contemplating on if I should use... Actually, no. It's gotta take me 2 actions to grab a potion, heal my and drink it, isn't it?
One action.
Oh, okay. Then I will drink. That tree definitely became a protector.
How do I shrink you? It's not gonna let me shrink you?
Oh no! But it's huge.
I'm getting there. Give me a second. All right. So you're gonna drink a potion?
Yes. Oh wait, that's right. We have 6 level 5 cure wounds.
If there's nothing else, I'm gonna end your turn.
Yeah. I'm gonna be drinking a level 5 cure wounds, which will take my 3rd action.
All right. Alizara, you're up next.
Alrighty, I would like to give me just a second to recheck this thing. I just had it in my hand. There we go. Okay. So I would like to use my movement speed to get adjacent. That should be within 25. My token is huge for some reason on my map. My intent is to get adjacent to the enemy, to him, and I would like to attempt leading dance. And what leading dance does, the prerequisite is that I am adjacent to an enemy. And then it says you sweep your foe into a dance, attempt a performance check against an adjacent enemy's will DC. If I may do that, I would like to attempt that.
Ooh, okie dokie.
Do. That's not what I need. I need my thing.
Okay.
I
Will
need-
DC is 31.
Let me see. What is my performance? That's gonna be. Can I nat 20 it?
Yes, you may.
I would like to nat 20 that bad boy.
Do
Would
you
you
want to
like to
roll it
roll
and then
first?
see if you need the nat 20?
Okay. I am worried it's going to critically fail. So
Then you can still use the
Yeah.
nat
Oh,
20.
a 33.
That'll still succeed.
33 do it? Woohoo. Okay. So succeed. Your foe is swept up in your dance. You both move 10 feet in the same direction, remaining adjacent. Your movement does not trigger reaction from the target, and the target's movement also does not trigger reaction. So I would like to move like 5 feet up, and then do you do diagonals or do you just do
We can do
straight?
diagonal.
Okay, I would like to move 5 foot up and 5 move diagonal. So like I want to be the one closest to Agnes. Like I almost want to be back with her. And
Okay, so because you're only moving 10 foot,
okay,
so
10,
5
I
foot
can't
will
get
go
to her.
here, and
Okay.
then 5 foot we can go to here.
Okay, that works. That works fine.
Okay.
And that is a single action move. So then for my next action, let me find the thing. I have so many things up. Okay, abilities. Paling Feather. Let me make sure. That is a 2 foe stab. I don't want to do that. That might be the only one I can do, though. I would like to then, given that that succeeded and I have bravado, can I use my impaling finisher with only one foe?
Yeah. I don't see why not. I don't know why you would though.
I don't. My other finishers require ranged and throwing, unless I do that,
Wait,
which I
sorry,
don't.
what? Confident finisher doesn't.
Aha! That is the one I was looking for. Thank you. I lost it in my sheet. There we go. All right, then I would like.
Cool. Yep. Carry on.
And that is that. That looks like it is a single action, and I've already done my movement. So, if I may, I would like to roll to see if my confident finisher hits.
Okay, make your attack as you take out your rapier, because you need an action to take out your rapier, but I'm going to say that, because at this point in time, no one's really been drawing their weapons yet, because you guys are trying to be not a threat. You've drawn your weapon as your second action, and now you're making your finisher attack. So roll to hit.
Okay.
And if you succeed, that's an extra 4d6 points of damage on it.
6.
Even if you miss, however, you deal half of the 4d6 damage.
Okay, so roll a base d20 to see if it hits first. Or roll to. Okay. Yeah, that should.
Oh, no. Roll your attack as per normal. So remember, you go to your
Okay.
actions tab,
First,
you drag your first attack, and then you drop it onto him.
Okay. Okay, and this is my first attack, not my third.
Correct.
Okay.
Because you've not made an attack yet. All right, with a 22. No, sorry, I'm gonna get you to do it one more time. Remember, drop the thing onto his token to make the attack against him. Yeah.
Where is? Yes. Okay. Sorry.
No, it's okay. Like I said, we are
where is
all
he
learning
on
at the same time. So
readjusting.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's been a while. It's been a hot minute. Okay, there we go. Cool. So, as you've gone to strike at it, unfortunately, that is a miss. Now, you do have your nat 20 here if you want to use it. Or you can use a hero point.
I would like to hero point that.
All right, hero point it is. Make a reroll.
onto his token.
Ooh, a 31 is also a miss, sadly. But even though you've missed because you've used your finisher, your panache is expended, and you can still roll 3d6, and half of that damage is still going to go through.
Okie dokie. Now, it does say 3d6 plus 6 for damage. It's not letting me take off the -6. Or the +6.
No, that's okay. Just roll the
Nope.
dice in the chat because it's different to the thing that you've gotten. Oh wait,
Okay.
you do have your heroic action as well, by the way, which is the reverse
Oh,
strike.
yeah, which is reverse. If I fail one attack, it's one strike. If it fails, I can reverse it to succeed. I would like to do that and re-roll, if I may.
You don't re-roll, you just succeed.
Okay. Okay, woo.
All right, roll your damage.
All right. 3d6 plus 6. Da, 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 da.
And remember to roll it on the token.
Yep, so roll it on the
the
token. Yep.
Roll the damage on the token, not chat. Okay, let me re-roll that.
Correct.
Sorry, it's been a minute.
It's okay.
All right.
Okay, so that's 9 points of damage because it is resistant to piercing damage. But you also need to roll me 4d6, which you can do in chat. So
Okay.
just pick up 4 dice. So left click to pick up the d6, then tap right click,
No. Yep, and then
drop 4 of
got
them
it.
into chat. And this is
Four.
this is the finisher damage. Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
Not the best, but
That's rough.
that is 14 points of damage as Alizaro dances with death, moving the creature onto the other side of where Agnes happens to be, and then lunging a rapier stab directly into its body. Well done. Thea,
Woohoo,
you were
that's
up next.
my turn.
Okay. Where am I? I'm pretty far away. Okay. No, that's got an AoE. I don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to, do I have... If I want to cast Grim Tendrils, do I need to move so I have clear line of sight? 30
Yes,
foot line.
because it's a line, so you hit everything in that line.
Okay, so I don't want to do that. Do you know what? I'm going to summon my boy, my darling beastie boy.
Okay. That is your ability to. Where is it? Yes, that is your Undead Master Dedication.
Master.
All right, and you're going for a zombie.
Yeah,
All right.
my hokey boy.
All right. Now, at your level, you are able to summon a zombie dragon if you would like.
Oh, oh, that's
Do
fun.
we have the room?
I was about to say,
It is
will
a
it fit?
huge creature, so yes, you would have room, potentially, literally just behind where the other dragon, where the other zombie, where the Mandravis is.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay. The smell of death and flesh rotting permeates from all around as erupting from the ground in this big pustule form is a zombie dragon.
You just hear Thea go, "Oh, he's so cute."
It takes you... I'm going to say it's going to take you 3 actions to summon this, but it does get to act now. So, what would you like it to do?
Okay. Oh, my big, beautiful boy. Bite that zombie, not the zombie, the skeleton thing, and only the skeleton thing in front of you.
Okay. It is going to try and chomp down on the skeleton thing. It only gets 2 actions because that is all it gets, unless you take an action to command it otherwise. It'll do its first bite attack, which only does 7 damage. And the second, as it tries to bite again, will critically miss. Picking up between 1 to 5 as the creature, as the dragon tries to bite the Mandravis.
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, it can't be sickened. Ferocious Fumble. Critically hit an ally within reach. Its hunger gets a little too away from it. So it is actually going to overextend over Mandravis and is going to land a critical hit on Alizaro instead.
Bad boy! Bad dragon!
All right, that is 42 damage. Alizaro, you are bitten by this dragon. As you tell off the dragon looks like a puppy that has kind of like, you know when a puppy has your shoes and it gives you this look of like, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. This is my shoe. Grrr. Oh, right.
Jump it!
And this is also a crit card on this hit as well. So, Alizaro, give us a number between 1 to 5.
Oh, good boy, howdy. 4.
2, 3, 4. Here we go. That is... Oh, that's not too bad. A penetrating wound. So it ignores all resistances if you have any. Which I don't think you do, but that's fine. All right. But that is the dragon's... That's the dragon's turn. Agnes, you're up next as you just witness Thea summon a zombie, and the zombie then.
Well, that's the thing, right?
it
Because I
helped.
didn't witness Thea summon the zombie because Thea's behind me. What Agnes saw was a zombie dragon materialize out the ground behind our enemy. Yes, Thea spoke to it, but Thea has spoken in that voice to every undead creature we have come across, whether it was friend or foe up until now.
Wrong.
It's kind of true. That's fair.
I was about to
And
say,
then-
I was like...
And then it bit our friend.
That's fair.
Who you hear squawk like painfully, like it's the most high-pitched horse squawk. It's worse than when she had her breakdown about her horse. It is the most horrendous squawk she has ever squawked.
Aw.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
All right. Now this goes to the whole group. We do have an insight bonus from Christina on the on this guy's
But
weaknesses.
Agnes actually wants to first try talking, but we'll deal with the insight bonus first. But
Okay, so it is immune to bleed, death effects, diseases, mental damage, paralysis, poison, and unconscious as a condition. It is resistant 10 to cold, electric, fire, resistant 15 to piercing and slashing. So that's a lot of stuff. But effectively, bludgeoning damage and anything that isn't fire, mental, cold, or electric will work on it. All right. Now, you want to try talking to him.
Oh, goody.
I was going to, and then see, because the spell I was going to produce is a cone, which is why I'm debating whether Agnes genuinely thinks this is a monster or not.
Oh, it's definitely a
As
monster.
to whether she
I would
flips the cone off, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
As a
yeah.
player, it's a dick move, but I genuinely, Agnes thinks that this has been summoned by this guy at this point, I think. But anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah, so, but Agnes wants to shout to Mandreas, we are no ally of Casafron. We seek the means to end his control.
make a diplomacy check. There is a big penalty from here for 2 reasons, as you can probably imagine.
Yeah.
The first is that you've summoned a giant dragon.
Yeah.
Second is that this fortress has been under the control of the forces of Kazavron for ages and stuff. So.
Yeah. Well, that's totally fair. But
Wow.
talking is Agnes's thing.
So, with a natural 20, Mandravis hears your words and asks a simple question. You treat with necromancers. You are surely servants of Kazavron and the undead armies that in which he controls here.
Maybe mention your buddy who worked for him.
God damn it. This is tricky because like this necromancer has nothing to do with the other necromancers, but she also
It's
doesn't
true.
want to lie. She'll say, this one has naught to do with Castlefron either and is a recent addition, but I beg of you to listen. If the name Mercutio means anything to you at all, he once served with those who have fallen back there, and he was my friend. He started this journey with us, but sadly has passed, but we are continuing it on nevertheless.
All right, Thea, do you say anything to assist in Agnes's claims that you are a necromancer independently of Kazavron and his soldiers?
No.
Okay, you're just remaining silent?
Yes, because when we entered, the threat was if I was lying about Kazavron, I think that's going to come back and bite me in the ass in the next
That's going to
room.
bite you guys in the ass anyway, because Agnes has said what she said quite loudly.
Fuck. Okay, so
Yeah. Long story short, there is absolutely 0% chance that I'm going to, as a GM, in good conscience, basically go, oh, I'm really glad you guys made your diplomacy check, and you're now friends with everyone who could possibly be a threat. Here's your magic weapon. Go kill the queen.
That's
never gonna happen.
Not,
So yeah. So
not what I
basically,
thought.
because you guys are
how long I could keep that ruse up for.
Yeah, it'll pretty much end here. Mostly because if you are an ally to Kazavron, you're an enemy to this guy. If you're an ally to this guy, you're an enemy to Kazavron. It's all about your choices. So right now, Agnes has started this particular thing. Now, if you wanted to, you could still turn around and say no for Kazavron and, re-engage in battle and yada yada yada. Or you could support Agnes. This is something you are welcome to ask as a player, or something you are also welcome to, I guess, sort of make your own decision, because it is ultimately your character and how you would react. But right now, the linchpin here is, I would believe you, but you literally have a necromancer with you.
A necromancer, okay.
So your nature, or the nature of you, determines what he's going to do next.
Okay. In that case, I do not serve Kazabron. I am here to help an old friend, not to serve him.
Okay. Unbelievable though it may be, thanks to Agnes's critical hit, he is going to ignore the fact that you're a necromancer, ignore the fact that you've also summoned a dragon, of all things.
Not any just dragon.
He says, let's switch gears real quick. By the way, we'll only be at about another 10 minutes at most. So, I was trying to give everyone a quick round of combat here, but I guess we're doing a conversation.
Oh, such a terrifying conversation. Agnes would be ribbing Dante and like, look, she can summon a dragon.
Okay. So, he says, Mukusho was a dear friend and a loyal companion. He served with honor and was felled before his time. If you truly do not serve Kazavron, then why have you come?
His influence is spreading once again and has fallen upon our city. We seek the means to put an end to that. We were told something here might aid in that cause.
He ponders for a moment. Kazavron is not a force easily reckoned with. His strength did not come from claw, fang, or breath, but from his seemingly boundless vitality. Even when dealt fatal blows, he still maintained his sense of self. He still maintained life through death. He delighted in causing the suffering of others.
He has once again caused much suffering and many deaths. And now seeks control.
He ponders your... Let's see. One moment. He ponders your quest. And says... Oh, here we go. What you seek is at the lake. You must search Scarwall and find the underground chambers. There is Sekamina, a darkland realm that connects to the deepest parts of Scarwall. Long ago, a sacred lake built and housed deep below in Sekamina. That is where the sacred treasure now lies. Protected by a guardian creature. Cyrilthiel is laying there, asleep in stone.
Well, we have faced many trials on our journey so far. And I guess, well, speaking for myself, I will continue to take those trials till I have no more breath left in my body. Or I succeed.
He nods. He says, I wish you luck on your journey. And thank you for bringing news of my friend Mercutio. It saddened me to hear of his passing, but only some can be so fortunate. And with that, he crumbles, returning kind of back to his undeadness and resting once again against the wall. Congratulations! You guys have uncovered the location of the great sword Cytheriel. You now know that you need to be descending somehow, some way into the caverns below. But not just any caverns below, but you need to head deep into the Darklands and find the Sacred Lake. Which is great, because it means you're not going to waste any time climbing to the rooftops and fighting a horde of gargoyles. So, yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Um,
Agnes will say a soft little, like, just thank you kind of prayer and hope you find some rest. Over the corpse.
the corpse lay
Just
still.
make yourself feel better.
He was trying to head towards his sword, right?
He was, yes.
Dante will actually bring his sword over to his corpse and give him a proper, warrior's
Rest. Yeah.
rest.
Nice. The sword is quite old but very heavy. You know what? He is not going to
It's just
curse
like
you.
a
Generally speaking, if you
as Dante drags it across the hallway.
Yeah. So he actually does have a very powerful sword and a suit of armor. And technically speaking, if you steal it from him, he does curse you. So by giving it back to him, I'm going to give you a blessing of Mandravis instead. No, I'm going to give it to you instead because you are bringing him his weapon rather than stealing it. The blessing of Mandravis is as follows. Death effects that would kill you, for each of you, you have quote-unquote one extra life, where one of the old warriors that served in Mandravis's army will sacrifice themselves, their soul, their undeadness, whatever, in lieu of you dying. So if say the Banshee used its wail and you died, instead of you suffering the death effect, one of Mandravis's army would die instead. Now this is a once per character per lifetime ability. Okie doke.
Alrighty.
Sweet. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the game. Thank you so much for sticking around a little bit longer than normal today. I was just so excited to play games with you guys and see you. Also, so good to see Britt back. It was great getting to watch you guys navigate conversations with the undead as you pass through. You were very fortunate to bump into intelligent undead. As you could have those conversations, which was really cool. Also, some cool high-flying techniques from Alizaro as they bravely navigated the lakes, avoiding the Banshee. By the way, the Banshee was a CR-17. So had she caught you guys, is no bueno. So there you go. Yeah. And I mentioned before, like there was an encounter that like just ripped my party. Yeah, so that's basically it. And as for the boss buff, basically Mandravis had a lot of extra buffs added to him for this particular fight, and the stakes were a lot higher because obviously if you ally with Mandravis, you switch and turn the castle back to from you guys are allies to now you guys are enemies. So yeah, now the group is gonna be dungeon delving.
Yay.
All right. All right. Well, guys, let's see. Is there anyone who we can just quickly throw a raid to out and about? Scarlet64 is out and about, so we're gonna go and give Scarlet some love. As they are doing their D&D game Beyond the Abyss. All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. It is always a pleasure, as always, getting to hang out and do cool stuff. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. You can find it here a number of times during the week, doing all sorts of crazy, fun, and wacky stuff. Next up, we will be back for Reign of Winter on Wednesday, so be sure to tune in for that. Until we meet again, as always, from us to you, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not is free. And until we see each other, game hard or die trying. Bye, folks!